Good morning. I'm still feeling a little bit. I have a microphone. Okay, I'm still, I'm still feeling a little bit. Tired. Um, but today is a public holiday. I think people are taking money. Today is a public holiday, so today is a good day to catch up. It's been a hectic week. It's been a hectic 2 weeks. But I had a nice long night's sleep. I still feel a bit tired, but I feel like I can get energized. And then I feel like because of that, I can film quite decently today. But yeah, so I'm thinking for the day, I need to pack. I need to start packing. I'm going to Cape Town next week. So I need to start packing now because I tend to be an overpacker. I'd rather be a precise packer. So we're going to go through that together. I feel like we may have to buy some stuff as well, but we'll see. And then also I'm going to film some videos. I want to also do some garden work. Yeah. And then maybe we can sit down and talk about, I don't know, talk about the week or talk about some lessons that I've learned that may be keeping other people stuck. And it took me so long to be stuck. It's long story short, I had a tower moment last weekend. Today's Wednesday. I had a tower moment this past weekend that happened in one of the most beautiful ways. It was personal, but still involving external things. But the crux of that moment related back to something in the beginning of my career. I'm just like, damn. I knew this thing was a trauma, but I didn't know I had so deeply held that internal narrative. And it wasn't even my narrative to hold. So we'll talk about that. Yeah, but it's been good. My skin is so dry. It's so dry because I've been on medication. I had a full body rash last week. Still recovering from it. I'm still getting off the medication. The medication is still cycling out my system, and because of that, I have symptoms extremely dry skin. I've never in my life had dry skin like this. And to the point I was like, what the hell is going on? So at least my doctor confirmed that no, it's a symptom of some of the medicine that he gave me, and it's just it's transient. But yeah. I'm not even promising a productive day. I think it's just going to be a good day. And I really want to get a vlog up. I don't know how many pieces of information I've been vlogging here and there. I know I have a skincare routine somewhere. Maybe I'll put it in to show you guys what I've been doing, because I really like that skincare routine. I've just been off it for a week because of I don't want anything to interfere with my medicine and all of that stuff. So I've just been doing basic witch hazel, cinnamon oil, face cream, sunscreen. So and no active serums, your retinols and stuff. So probably I'll get back into that. I don't know, maybe next week. I think I'm gonna let Cape Town's climate sort me out, because at least the humidity there is a bit higher. And I lived there for a few years long ago, so I know coastal areas help with the moisture of the skin, and like I need that. I don't know when this symptom of dry skin is going. It seems like it's easing, but it's like it's a menace. I won't even lie. It's like body dryness. It's like dryness on a cellular level, because even like I've been drinking water like a crazy person, but my muscles still want to spasm. So it's giving electrolyte imbalance. It's giving, so the salts are off. Um, yeah. So we'll see. Maybe we need to get rehydrate or something like for the rest of the week until I go to Cape Town. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Part of packing will be me like trying to sort through some clothes um, from the garage. So maybe I can, show you guys that. But yeah, let's get into the day. Hi everyone, welcome back. Well, we've already done an intro for today, so we are now going to be doing a little bit of gardening while I catch up with you guys. Where is my spade? Where did I put my spade? I don't know. Yeah, no, I need my spade. But yeah, we're gonna be catching up a little. Right now, I have pepper plants over here that need to be removed. I'd like to overwinter them. And this patch of the garden, as you can see, the sunlight doesn't hit all of it. So I need to get them out because essentially they're not going to be doing anything. And I'm going to move them over to the other side. So, yeah. I need to roll up my sleeves. So let's chat a little. The gloves that I use are not actually gardening gloves. I get them from Builder's Warehouse. They when you're in the line and there's like extra stuff just hanging around, like the miscellaneous stuff, gadgety, gimmicky things. This is one of them. I think it's like 19 Rand or something. They're definitely not garden variety gloves because this lining is like rubber, but it does actually, I think, like melt over time. But yeah, it does the job, and I don't mind cycling through gloves right now. I mean, this is I think Lancer tools. You usually get like 3, could be a spade, and then like a fork thing, and then like a little de-weeding thing. See, like some of these plants have been staked up, and so I want to like cut off the stakes or cut off the little zip ties that have been attaching them to the stakes, because I don't want to pull them out with the stakes in. But now we can actually get into it. This garden, well, this was our first veggie patch when we started. We didn't have anything else, or at least we didn't cultivate any of the other pieces of soil that we have around the yard as yet. This was the first piece that we got, and it's been actually pretty good to us. I do, though, no longer enjoy the on the ground aspect of it. To the side over here, we have a gas canister that's attached to the house. Which is like, it is what it is. But I feel like, I don't know, I kind of want to put like some raised beds in here. Like just, raise the growing space a bit. Because what I found is when you have in-ground plants versus a raised bed, right? you always need to be cognizant of being able to walk around and get to other plants and harvest things. But when you actually have a garden, a raised garden bed, you don't have to worry about that. So if I can just demarcate like a small little walkway so that everything else is raised beds, I feel like I'll actually be getting more bang for the space, because I don't think I'm maximizing the growing space here. I think that's all. I can just dig them out. There's still some peppers attached to some of them. And these, I think, were just like sweet peppers. Isn't that cute? Oh, okay. This is a brinjal. It's not going to survive. Brinjals love high sunlight. So, pointless of keeping it. It's pointless to keep it. Excuse my grammar. Oh, and also, so what is prompting this project is I want to grow some turnips over here. I'm going to be getting a hoop from Temu soon. So, and I already have hoops on the other side. I'll show you guys what they look like, and they've been performing amazingly. So I want to, because this area, like the sunlight is going to progressively decrease as we get into winter, and then as we go back into spring, it's going to, so that's just the nature of this patch, and that's why we also sought to find other places to grow so that we can still have like a decent and productive harvest in the winter. And I feel like having hoops here, I'll be able to trap heat even though I don't have direct sun, and in this like little limbo space over here, I can still have some productivity. Can I just say, I am loving this microphone. I feel like this is going to be the format going forward. Oh, this is a jalapeno. See now, and jalapenos can grow for a while. What a deep ass stick. I didn't know it was this deeply buried. Okay, I think that's it. Over here we've got a watermelon vine. We've been struggling to start watermelon this past summer season. And this vine finally started, but obviously it's like too late. But if I can fit it in the hoop and preserve it and like protect it from being destroyed in winter, then we can like start pumping and spraying with watermelons. And so I really want to try that. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pepper plants. Okay. I don't even know, you guys can't see. We've got another brinjal plant here. I'll like show you guys what it looks like before we move over to the other side, but I'm just gonna take these plants over and yeah, just set you guys up. I don't know. Okay, I just want to show you the brinjal plant. It's still in the line of sunlight, so there's like brinjals coming through, but they're very much babies. So Um, I'll let it cook. I'll let it cook and see what it does. But yeah, looking over to the other side, we have like a patch of aloe veras that I'm trying to resuscitate. They are in quite a state, but you know, aloe veras are so resilient. They are succulents after all. What actually prompted this is the fact that this past week I had a health crisis. I don't know what happened, but I just got it looked like it was like I don't know, like a rash or something, or a bite, or yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it looked like it was like a rash or something. We good? Yeah, it looked like it was a rash. Or it started off looking like it was localized in one space, and then turned into like a full body rash. We still don't know what it was and why it happened, but at least like a week later, I'm sort of like on the other side of it, but my skin is still recovering. Like, I have really dry skin. I think I was telling you guys that earlier. I have a really dry skin because of like the steroids I had to be given and all of these things. So yeah. Now, oh my god. Okay. Let me put some soil in here. I don't know what they are, but those ants were farming something. So I'm gonna need to come on, look at that, another layer. I'm gonna need to put some systemic insecticide in here after putting up these plants so that they can. Oh, that one's broken. So that my plants don't die. Yo, as a gardener, like, you really can't be scared of bugs. Yet here I am, very scared of bugs. It doesn't make sense to my partner. He's like, why are we doing this if it scares you? But I'm like, we need food. We do not have a lot of potting soil, so this is why I am using these smaller pots. I do have like a bigger, what would it be, like 40 centimeter pots or 30 centimeter pots, but we just don't have the soil for that. And now that they're out the ground, if I want them to live, we need to put them in a new home today. Okay, so this week has been actually quite an interesting week, but it's also highlighted like it's highlighted to me the true nature of PTSD. Let me put it that way. This week I've been sick, and like just some background in terms of work, we are preparing to travel, and like documents are needed in that preparation, so that when we go and like see clients and whatnot, we've got like some foundational topics to discuss with these clients. And the nature of like what I've been working on, it didn't allow for much preparation, and so like I was waiting to, I guess, pull the trigger on something before I could start like working on what I need to work on. And unfortunately, then in the midst of all of this, I got my health crisis, and I was struggling. Definitely not as productive as I wish I could have been. Like it's just imagine having goosebumps and all of those goosebumps turn into blisters. Nasty. Okay. So yeah, like it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, and it's also personally my first time that I am traveling to see clients in this way, and so there's also like quite a bit of pressure on that front. And so I ended up breaking down. I think it was Saturday or Sunday. Probably Saturday. I ended up like breaking down, like crying, and you know how it goes. And I think like one thing that I'm so grateful for from going to therapy and all of those things is I've learned that one of the key tools for me in terms of managing my anxiety and also working through some of my things or issues or whatever you want to call them is journaling. That really helps me, because it's like I feel like I have a lot going on in my head. I have a lot that I'm holding in my mind, and so that can be overwhelming. I won't even lie. And so to be able to just dump it somewhere and free up my brain capacity, even just to have like a little less noise, has really been helpful to me. And that's why also I really enjoy meditation. That's my thing. So yeah. So in that breakdown, I was like, okay, look, I just need to take time to just meditate, journal, and I journaled. I journaled. I think that night I wrote a book. But in that journaling, I realized that I had taken on narratives that other people had expressed to me prior as my own. And keep in mind, like, these narratives are not factual. I had a leader. No, I won't call them a leader. I had a person essentially in my formative years of work, like basically, it's like it's so hard to like describe these things sometimes, but essentially, in my initial years of work, I was exposed to a lot of toxicity. I was exposed to a lot of toxicity, and part of that toxicity came out through these narratives and these quips and what's the word? I don't know what the word would be, but like I was being led by an extremely toxic person, and their rhetoric, at least that they had of me, or that they tried to put on me, push on me, and maybe even tried to outwardly express of me, was clear, number one. But also number two, it was one that I disagreed with. But even in disagreeing with it, I didn't realize up until last weekend how I had taken that on. And it comes through in like interesting ways. It comes through in let's say someone says, "Oh, can you do XYZ?" And you're like, and you do it, you give it back, and then they're like, "Oh, can you change this and this and this? I don't like that and that. Can you just take a look again at that section of the work?" And then maybe I would go back and say, "Oh, they think I'm incompetent. They're like, oh, why is she here? She doesn't do any work. What's the point of her being here?" Because literally, verbatim, what was said to me in that toxic situation was, what's the point of you being here if I'm doing all the work? That was said to me live, to my face, in a situation that was completely inaccurate, because even the basis of the conversation starting was later disproven, and I didn't even get like an apology or anything. But of course I wasn't expecting one, because again, it's already established that this person is toxic. And so like that sort of narrative, even though I definitely disagreed, and I remember at the time I was like, okay, that's an interesting thought to have, unfounded, and definitely like, I mean, if I stopped working right now, it would fall apart. Like I do a lot, but I had still taken it on, and I didn't realize that. I think up until this point, I was like cognizant of that experience. I was traumatized by that experience, but I didn't realize I had internalized it like that, So yeah, and so now like with the breakdown happening, it helped me to properly like sever that narrative from my mind, especially because it's not even mine. And long ago, like it's not even like I was trying to convince myself that it's not true. I knew it was not true, yet I had already downloaded that program. And I didn't realize that. It's like a virus, essentially, because you may know, like, this is not how I want to operate, it's not how I want to run, yet this is the program is still in your system. So I think, it just helped me to take stock to see, like, what programs am I running? Are all the programs that I have in my mind programs that I'm running from my own will? Like, am I conscious of it, and am I consenting? It was a real eye-opener for sure. So maybe, I guess to say this to say, maybe that's like an exercise for you to do, to look into your life, look into your brain, Like, see if all the programs or the apps and that you are running in your brain are you are consenting to, and that are actually yours, and not viruses from legacy systems that you've long left behind. Um, it's ridiculous, actually. It's been ridiculous. The the change that I've seen since that moment. Um, I Even just the relationship that I have with work in general has changed, which is crazy. Like, and because we've been, working hard and all of this stuff, I've been pulling all nighters. Like, in the middle of me recovering, I've been having to like pull all nighters to like get work done and stuff. And it's like, it is what it is. At the same time, though, um, I'm able to be in the space and not have like the same levels of anxiety that I used to have, because it's not attached to that. If I don't do this, or if I don't meet this deadline, or if I don't um uh if the first draft of this thing is not right, then they're gonna think I'm incompetent. They're gonna be like, why did we hire her? She's not even good at her job. They're gonna be like, why are you even here if I'm doing all the work, you know? And that's false. That's false. Like, people are sincere. Like, I work with some of the most kindest and most sincere human beings. And like, even like my leader now, she was telling me, like, because they know I'm sick and everything, and she was telling me, like, I believe in you, how you feeling? Are you okay? And I remember, and that's what triggered it. That's what triggered this whole like breakdown and stuff, because I was like, I don't believe her. Like, she's thinking I'm like, she's like, oh fuck, why did I hire this person? But it's like, no, there's sincere people. Yes, you've met the worst of human beings, um, but that doesn't detract from the fact that there are sincere people in this world. And so now, to be able to just divorce that narrative from myself, I am so much more kinder to myself when I'm working. And I feel less of an emotional attachment to my work. And that's so helpful when you have like deadlines and you need to really push, because then you can really just you can like pace yourself. Like, I love the Pomodoro method, even though I don't do the whole like 25-5 strictly. It's just a thing of, I know, okay, cool. Now I am focusing. And as soon as my focus breaks, I give myself that time to have the broken focus and do something else. And that doesn't mean I'm incompetent. That doesn't mean um, I'm bad at my job. You know what I'm saying? Can you see the hoops over there? They are amazing. I'm going to flip the camera around um, later, and I'll show you guys like what's going on in there. Um, but yeah, I and that's exactly why I call it a tower moment, because I have never in my life had such a freeing experience. And that's literally, I think this experience helped me to understand what it is and the effect that PTSD can truly have. Like, that is what PTSD can look like, you know? This this subconscious programming in the back of your mind that just leads to anxiety, depression, stress. But it's so hard to pinpoint, it's so hard to put a finger on it, it's so hard to isolate so that you can remove it, right? And I feel like we finally found that tumor. We exercised that bitch. Yeah. So I'm so happy. um I'm so happy. It's crazy as it sounds, like, coming from literally, like, I didn't even know if I had what do they call it, flesh eating bacteria. Like, the rash was lit. I didn't know what was going on. We didn't know what was going on. I was on antibiotics, steroids, you know, and all of that
culminated in such a spiritual and emotional and psychological awakening. And I want all of y'all, I want us all to be there. I want us all to be detached from the expectations and the uh, opinions of other people. Like I completely understand, getting recognition, receiving praise for what you do, and for doing what you love. Like I will never fault that. At the same time, I I will not allow myself to be chained to external validation ever again. Like we're not doing that anymore. Um, yeah, that's this section of the rant done. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna show you guys for the rest of the day. My back is sore. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna do the Alice today. I think I'm just gonna like leave that pudding. So I think I've like gotten out as much of the answers I could, but um, yeah. Get an antivirus, take it through your brain. And I suggest journaling. Journaling is so good for you.
I wanted to start packing with you guys, but I'm just so tired. So I'm just walking around in the garden. I want to show you guys what we're working with. This little section over here is where like all of our brassicas are. Oh my god, that bug. It's huge. No. And it's like so wily. It's so wily. Okay. This is our brassica section. It's pretty long. There used to be like jasmine bushes here, but they won't do much. So I'm trying to make food, okay? Um, yeah, and this patch is like shame we rehabbing it. I think this is like the most we've ever grown in it this season, ever actually. So we got like potting soil, increased the thing, and we basically like treating it like a raised bed. And it's here, like my waist is right here. So very convenient. Look at that kale. I'm gonna start harvesting soon. Very nice. But I want you guys to see this, right? These are outside, obviously. They open to the elements and whatnot. Um, and then here is the dome. So I got this dome from Temu, but the actual cloth thingy, um, yeah, the actual cloth thingy is not from Temu. That's from Builders. I'm gonna just open up like two of these. Oh no, let's do three. um, Look, there's like broad beans. We're growing broad beans for the first time this year. I have been reluctant to grow them just because on Instagram it looks like they're a lot of work to like harvest. But we got the seeds, so may as well grow them before they expire. But look how big these are. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Look how big these are. Huge. Huge. And so like that's the rest of the tunnel. So yeah, like I'm just thinking, these obviously they have the benefit of still having the heat but being sheltered, just because in this bush specifically there's like these birds that come and they come and they chew on everything. Last year they decimated my peas because I think they're looking for water because their eyes are red. Their eyes are red. I think they're in heat or something, but like that's not my problem. Um, yeah. I also want to show you guys this. This is a pink lady, not pink lady, pink lemonade lemon. Isn't that cool? It's showing signs of life. Um, let me That's the tag. Yeah, this is a sweet lime. I wonder what that's gonna taste like. Oh, but like, guys, yeah. Um, I don't know. It's been great. It's been great, like catching up with you guys. But I'm just so exhausted. Like I can't even describe. Um, I think it's the whole like side effects of the medication I've been on for the past week, and I'm still like recovering from that. So we're probably gonna do like the whole packing thing. I'll probably make it like a separate video and do it like on Sunday or something. Um, but I need to like make orders, especially for like just cosmetics, like body creams and stuff. I don't know if I need a suitcase. I'm like looking at my nose. Um, but yeah, look at this is a guava tree. It's been actually doing so well. Um, there's quite a few left still, but like we've harvested more than 10, 15. And then this is our banana patch, which I'm so excited for because I love bananas. And so if we can like grow a bunch of bananas, like that will last us. Then we can put it in the freezer, have like smoothies and whatnot. Bananas are just because even though like it's such a big harvest to have, you can put it in the freezer. And I put most of my bananas in the freezer anyway, if they don't get eaten. So the fact that we'll be able to have enough to not keep up with how much we eat during the week, that would be great. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little catch up. Um, I enjoyed catching up with you. Um, don't forget to assess those operating systems in your mind. Make sure no one is hijacking you rent free. Okay. Um, and like prosper out here, guys. Like the world is ours for the taking.